Hello, everybody. It's a yeah. I'm very happy to give this talk, and the content here is come from many years of my practice in Tableau, and I think those things can help every Tableau practitioners in their work. And hopefully can make you guys succeed more. Effortless is not exact. The exact thing should be less effort. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I'm a Tableau Visionary Hall of Fame. I'm very honored to become one this year. Okay, I put the conclusion first. So I hope it shows you what I'm going to say. Yeah. So the Tableau reuse is for boosting your productivity. Yeah. And it can also boosting your team's productivity. And you can share a lot of things that's already been built in your team, in your company, and that makes everybody more productive. Yeah. Also, we can leverage the resources on the internet, especially in Tableau Public or Tableau Community Forum. And I will show you how we can use them, reuse them in your work. Okay, well, this is a famous quote by Picasso. Good artist borrows, right? We can start by being a good artist and then great artist steal. It's not really steal, but it's more about inspirations in our design. So here are some of the advantages of reuse the existing designs and resources. Yeah, so that we can work smart and not hard. Also, we avoid reinventing the wheel. Avoid the rebuilding those complex calculations, table calculations, level of details, stuff like that. Yeah, quarter over quarter calculations, year over year, things like that. And it just takes most of the time. It's just copy and paste. Yeah. And we can save a lot of time in the implementation, which can, cost a lot of time. And we can spend more time also think about the strategy, think about designs, yeah, think about other things. Yeah. Basically, it's all about help you being more productive. So the reuse of the designs from your own many years of accumulations of modules that you don't want to, create again and again. Yeah, like KPI charts, right? As long as you have one good design KPI charts, then whether it's yours or it's something from the Tableau Public or internet, then you want to reuse them. So you download it and put in your collection. Yeah. Also in the corporate environment, right? Corporate usually has branding compliance with their logos, color scheme, a certain design template, or even just like PowerPoint slides, right? There is certain look and feel there. So those are the kind of things we can build into our Tableau dashboard. So you can just copy and paste into your PowerPoint and share all the designs in your team. There are certainly many things you can share between teams, like data source, right? Data sources. How to copy and paste the data sources. Yeah, some of you may already know, but I will going to give a review of almost copy and paste anything. Yeah, in Tableau, almost. I may miss something, but I may not know everything, but I know a lot of things. Yeah. Okay. So so here are the elements that we can duplicate and reuse and copy and paste. Yeah. From the very basic pure, okay, and also the formula, calculated fields, data source, formatting, okay, a sheet, a chart, and all those things. Well, except the pure, okay, except the container, yeah, except the pure. All the other 6 items we can copy from one workbook and to another, okay, across the Tableau instances. Yeah. Also, from Tableau public to a Tableau desktop. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, we can copy and paste. That's great. Some maybe from the web edit, right, to desktop, but I do not do that often. But so I do not know enough about the web edit. But web edit is great, yeah. But I didn't do much for the design. I always like to use the desktop to do designs. So operations about what about what's the difference between duplicate and copy and paste? Yeah, duplicate is always local, okay, in the same instance of a workbook. Yeah, inside the same workbook. And copy and paste can be more general. That means I can copy from one workbook to another. Yeah. And the control and command drag is specifically for pure. Okay, we can, all those pure on the column and the rows and the columns and the mark, like details, labels. Text labels, color stuff. You can by control and drag it. Okay, and that make a live copy of the pure, and then you then place it in another place, in the same workbook. Yeah. So yeah, I will going to show you a little bit in the following presentation. And the advanced operations are replaced. We have a say we have a KPI chart, and we want to use that on our data, right? So we can do a data replace, data source replace. Also, I want to show you that the function replace references, okay, can be very, very useful in a lot of reuse and duplicate instances. Yeah. So yeah, simple formula we can duplicate very easily. Right click on a calculated field and duplicate, easy. And copy or just right click and copy it and then paste to another place. Yeah. And we may need to change the variable inside, okay? That's easy to do. But I would like to show you some, for complex formula, okay? So there are a lot of lines of code in the formula editor, and the Tableau doesn't really have a advanced editor for editing formulas, right? For example, how to do replace all. Okay, that's yeah, that's impossible. So okay. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Let me show you how. Yes. Okay. So here is a formula. Okay. That it's not a simple. Okay. It's not really simple. Yeah. So this formula, what it does is it makes a big number short and with unit. Yeah. So this we always show the most significant 3 digit in the number. Yeah. Anyway, so here I want to show what can we do. So if we want to change the variable, okay, we can always change them one by one. That's very tedious. Yeah. So for example, here we have a sales at range. Okay, sales at range. I want to plug in sales at range at the place of last sales. What should I do? Yeah. Okay. So what I do is I will replace references of last sales by sales at range. Okay. So well, this. So now what we will get? Okay, this formula. Here we go. Yeah. So we got everything here. Okay. We got every element every variable being changed to from last sales to sales at range. Right. We got the formula. Yeah. And we can then select all and copy. Okay. So we go back. And this one go back to last sales. Okay. So now we can get a new formula, and we reused the last formula and for a new variable. Okay. So this is how we can recreate a formula for a different variable. Yeah. So this is our way to replace all in a formula. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Okay. The next is about reuse data source. Okay. So there are two scenarios in data source reuse. Okay. One is just we duplicate. Okay. Duplicate data source. That's right click on the data source name and you can duplicate. And usually this way is to preserve the data source setup like this. Okay, like this snowflake, for example. We have to set up all the server URL and the role and the authentication and stuff. By duplicate, we keep the same setup, but we can then go to the database and access different tables or use a different SQL script. Yeah, that's the first scenario. Yeah, so this help us save another setup. Yeah. So first scenario is just duplicate the setup actually. Yeah. The second is, hey, I have a database data source in one workbook. How do I use it in another workbook? We cannot copy a data source, okay, in a workbook, but we can. Okay, the trick is to create a simple chart in a worksheet, okay, and then we can copy and paste the worksheet to another workbook. So let me show you. So say this sample superstore, right? So yeah, here I created a simple chart as simple as this. Yeah. So now I can copy this worksheet from the tab. Okay, from the tab we can copy this, and then here's a new instance of Tableau. Yeah. So by pasting the sheet, and I got the data source copied over. So yeah, whenever you want to add a data source and put it into a different workbook, you just copy a sheet. By copy and paste the sheet, you got the data source. Yeah. So save you, maybe some setup and go to the server, look for data sources, search and stuff like that. Yeah, it save you some time. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Formatting. Okay. We can. Okay. I mean, yeah, we don't do this very often, but the formatting of a workbook also can be reused. Yeah. So in this way, we can keep the look and feel consistent. Yeah. So instead of we have to copy and paste, formatting every chart in a workbook. Say if we have 10 tabs, right, 10 sheets, then we have to formatting each of them. That's tedious. Yeah. So let me show you how to do that. Yeah. So let me copy. Okay, you see, we can always copy a sheet or workbook. So every tab, basically, And okay, yeah, something is not working here. Okay, sorry about it. But I would like to say is okay. So the page here, okay, the sheet here is very clean. We do not have, for example, those grid, right? I do not personally. I do not like all those grid lines. Yeah. So, okay, I have a certain preference about the fonts, about the font size, the color. So that's all part of the formatting, and I do not want to set it up for every worksheet, right? So what I can do is, copy the formatting, okay? By right-click on the tab, okay, there's a copy formatting, okay? And just select it, okay? And we can always paste it into any sheet, okay? Even on existing sheet, okay? Any sheet, we can paste it, and it will bring the formatting of that sheet to this sheet, okay? So, yeah. Okay, I do not have a kind of a sheet of a different formatting, but this is the process of doing it, of copying the formatting from one sheet to another sheet. This also works between workbooks, okay? Yeah, so when you design, so you do not need formatting another workbook, you know, removing all the grid lines and the change colors and the stuff like that. Yeah. So you can keep the look and feel consistent across your workbooks. So yeah, so here is the picture screenshot. Okay, design reuse of containers. Yeah, this is a little. I think container is kind of underused for many. Okay, I kind of observed. Yeah, but container is great actually for design a good looking dashboard. Right? Yeah. So let me show how I use containers. Yeah. So here is I use container to create a layout. Okay, a draft layout of my dashboard. Okay, I can, for example, here this is just a template. Okay, is an example. Yeah, so I just use containers to create all these modules. So I say, okay, here is the KPI one. Like maybe I can put sales, okay, revenue, or profit, yeah, all those KPIs, as many as I would like to put on my dashboard. Yeah. And then, oh, okay, I will put a horizontal bar chart for sales by region. Yeah. And so we can start from just text, and we can do this without any data. okay, without the actual data. So I don't really know where the data is, but this is something I would like to build. And I can use this already to engage with stakeholders. Is this something you guys like to build? You guys like to use, or something element are missing, or, yeah. So we can already start engaging with stakeholders, yeah. And for some, we can also make it more visual. That is, we put a static image of a bar chart, of a KPI chart, right? So, okay, 5 KPIs, okay, I can put the 5 bar chart, 5 KPI chart like that, yeah. Just make it look more real, but without spending the actual time to build those things, yeah. Okay. And okay, so with such a template, right? So we can use. I can use this. All this is container based. Okay, so so here I can here. So this is the bigger container, right? This is the bigger container, which contains this 5 KPI charts, okay, and we can, you see, we can copy, okay, the container, okay, yeah, and this container, this copy function appears only for static content, okay. Say if the container has a worksheet, it disappeared, because we cannot copy a container with a worksheet, with a data-driven element, yeah. Okay, yeah. But this is already good, okay. So we can either copy this, okay, use the menu, or we can just select the container and the Control C, okay, yeah, Control C, and then say I just type Control C here, and let me put a this is a vertical container. So now I Control V. Oh, something not working. Okay, yeah. So I just copied the container and the content into a new design, a new workbook. Yeah. So if I need the, say, 4, only need 4 KPIs, I can just remove it, delete it. Yeah. And if I want a more APIs, so I can copy it, okay, and then paste it. Okay, paste it here, and the paste here is always it pastes always as a floating element. Okay, so how to make it a tiled element? So there is tiled element and a floating element. Yeah. So the trick is hold the Shift key and then move it. Okay, so voila. So yeah, hold the Shift key and then move the object and then insert it where it should be. Yeah. Okay, so this way I can copy whatever element already in my template dashboard and copy it over to whatever workbook I would like to build. Okay, build my first draft of a potential dashboard, yeah, and start engaging with stakeholders, yeah. So and then do maybe wireframing and implementation, etc. Yeah. Okay, that's about how to reuse a container. Yeah. Yeah. So this is this is my template of a purely container-based dashboard. Yeah, I can, depending on applications, depending on whatever dashboard, I can change the text and build a first draft version of dashboard layout. Yeah. Okay, reuse of sheet. Actually I already showed many times. That is just click on the tab, right click on the tab. There is a copy in the menu, and then you paste it in wherever you like. Also, it works across different workbooks. Okay, now this is very interesting. If you see a nice chart, how can I use that? Okay, of course you have to have a copy of the workbook, right? Or if it's in your team, that make it easier, right? But there are many examples on the internet, and all those, most of those in Tableau Public can be your template. Yeah. So it looks easy. Okay, sounds like easy. Yeah, you copy a chart, right? You copy a sheet of the chart, a worksheet of the chart, and paste it in your workbook, and you already have your data source there, and then just replace data source, right? Yeah, it sounds, the process is easy, yeah, but there are some detailed work we really need to pay attention, and also you really need to know what you are doing, right? Yeah. So when we copied over, right, we have the fields. We want to make sure we have all the dimensions. Okay, if that chart, okay, needs 3 dimensions, then we need to have 3. They don't have to have the same name, but we need to know the correspondence between the dimensions, and also matrix, of course. So if we use 2 matrix, then we need to have 2 matrix in our data source, right? They don't have to have the same name, right? Yeah. So let me show you an example. Okay, so here's the chart that we would like to use. This is a KPI chart we would like to use for a new data source. What should we do? So we copy over, okay, the chart, the sheet, the worksheet, and okay. So here we only have, this is our data source, our new data source, but we want to use this data source to apply to the same chart. Okay. Okay. Right click and paste our worksheet here. Okay. So this one has a order date, right? Order date, and some of the well, sales, only have sales. Sales, yeah. Most, yeah. Or sales or the function of sales, yeah. So what we do now is just replace data source, yeah. And we want to make it work for revenue, yeah. And our time dimension is reporting date, yeah. Okay. What to expect is we are going to see a lot of marks of exclamations, yeah, because they do not have the same name. Yeah. Voila. It's all red and but don't worry, that's expected. Yeah. So now that's what I told you before. You have to know the correspondence of your dimensions and the matrix. Yeah. Then we just do say order date. That's to replace references by reporting date. Voila. So this one become blue. Yeah. And the sales replace by revenue. Voila. So we create a chart. Okay, we just reused an existing chart, and okay, it's not finished. This is due to a kind of a bug in Tableau. Yeah, I think I'm going to report it. Yeah. So after the replacing data source, the label can get wrong. Yeah. So what we are going to do is last sales normalize. Yeah. And we have to know where to put them, right? And sales change. Let's change quarter over quarter. Voila. So Control A, select all, and make it all black. Now, voila. So those are the KPI numbers, which is the latest. That is, say, today's sales or this quarter's sales, and this one is across the range. Okay, date range. That is the sum total of all the sales of the period of the range of interest. Okay, that's about it. Okay, I've shown all the possible reuse in Tableau. Yeah. So this is the conclusion again. Thank you very much for your attending. Yeah.